welcome to Arts Alive. Today we're at the Brink for Art in Crisis Merseyside that just launched earlier this week. Crisis is a national charity for single homeless people, and I'm going to meet with Annie McLean, who's the art coordinator for Art in Crisis Merseyside.
Mama woke me up for school late on a Saturday. Whatever, Daddy's cooking breakfast, running late for his interview.
And I'm with Annie McLean, who's the art coordinator for Art in Crisis Merseyside. Can you tell us first what is Art in Crisis?
Yeah. Arts in Crisis is a national arts festival happening up and down the country in different crisis skylight centres. It's an opportunity for us to kind of celebrate the creativity of our members, but also kind of raise the awareness of the public at what difference art can make in people's lives, and particularly in our case in addressing homelessness.
Okay, so yeah, you focused on homeless people, single homeless people, I think. Right?
Yes, yeah, that's correct. So we run a year-long programme of arts activities. There's 8 different skylights across the country, and in Merseyside we deliver kind of art-based sessions in photography, in creative writing, in visual arts, some of which you can see here behind me. In different kind of like hostels and drop-in centres for people who support either those who are homeless or vulnerably housed.
So what kind of activities do you have? I mean, you have different services, right? So you do like workshops and things like that as well.
So we work very much in like a needs-based kind of. So we don't like to duplicate what's already in existence, because there's already brilliant work going on across like the different arts organisations and across all the different homeless organisations where we work. So in terms of art sessions, we will kind of go in and deliver, for example, something called like perfect pads, where we will create, support people to make things that will then go in their flats or transfer those skills. For this particular exhibition, we've created work along the theme of transformation. So in our photography sessions, they've taken kind of beautiful photographs along that theme. We've done, over there, you can't see on the camera, but we've kind of made flowers out of plastic bottles, which is a very kind of instant, and people will look at me kind of going, what on earth are you making me do, Annie? What's it's this plastic bottle? And then, absolutely love the achievement, because they're like really beautiful products that's produced. And behind us we can see like the hexagons there, which feature images of people who have changed the world in some way. So people chose one of these icons, I guess, and kind of like painted them on a hexagon, so it produces a lovely kind of honeycomb natural effect as well. Another project that we do is called Art in the City, which we work with local arts organisations, go around different exhibitions and galleries, debate the work. Well, we don't just debate what we see in the galleries, but we also have the opportunity to meet the volunteers, coordinators, or people who have got specific projects that our members can get involved with. And then from that, people then go on to volunteer with the FACT, with Tate, or Tate have got a fantastic programme called Making Sense of Art, which our members are now going to go on, which is just a brilliant progression route. At the end of the Art in the City, we got a tour from the Walker on their new exhibition, or their current exhibition, Reality, which is a brilliant exhibition featuring modern and contemporary art, which I'm sure you know all about. Our members got a tour by the co-curator, Alex, and were then invited back to give a tour for their Talk Tuesdays, which was every Tuesday at 1:00. And we absolutely smashed it. It was brilliant. So Ellie, who you're going to speak to in a little bit, to begin with, she was so nervous, but she came across so natural, kind of speaking about the work there. We had about 5 members delivering a tour, and I think it's just incredibly empowering to be able to do this. Everyone kind of left that session kind of like on such a high. I don't think that some of the members really thought, there's one member in the beginning who absolutely was not going to do this. He was going to be there to support us, but he wasn't going to say anything. And then you couldn't stop him talking at the end of it, talking about the John Moores painting. But what people take from that is one is kind of confidence in terms of kind of being able to do that, and being able to do something that perhaps they didn't think that they were able to do. It's the same for anybody. But then by doing that, then they think, well, what else can I do and what else can I get involved with?
The members that you have, I mean, how is it people that are just popping in towards you, or do you have any contact with like other charities that help homeless people as well?
So we operate an outreach service in Merseyside. So we will go out to hostels across the city, kind of in Liverpool and St Helens, Knowsley and Sefton, delivering kind of our services. We do have some sessions in-house as well. Those aren't art sessions because they're a bit too messy. And many times we'll kind of go out to a hostel and lots of the time people might not be expecting us or be expecting to do an art session. I will turn up and then they will kind of then just naturally get involved and then get involved with other things. But I mean, I think it's like what we were talking about before, homelessness. There's no it can happen to absolutely anybody.
Yeah.
Like we're all kind of a paycheck away from being homeless, and it's just so current at the moment, and the current economic climate obviously isn't helping.
So Art in Crisis is running all year long, but I believe this month is particular because you have plenty of workshops, you have this exhibition here. This is the launch here at the Brink today. So tell us a little bit about the calendar of events that you have this month.
Yeah, so you're absolutely right. Arts in Crisis happens all the time, but this is a specific 2-week festival called Art in Crisis. That launched on the 4th of September, but we're launching it today in Merseyside with this exhibition at the Brink. We kicked off yesterday actually with an event at the Blue Coat which brought different services from across the homeless sector, the arts sector, recovery and health, just together in one room looking at how arts transform lives. And it was a brilliant debate just to have all those people in the room looking together, sharing good practice about what we already do, creating new partnerships. Those 2 guys from St Helens who have worked on the same projects but didn't know each other kind of thing, and it was just fantastic to bring everyone together and to help develop those networks. We also kind of used it as a platform to talk about campaigning, and particularly within like Merseyside we will be looking at how we can campaign for those who've got no recourse to public fund. So there was great ideas and creative ideas looking at about how we can like tackle that together. In terms of other things happening, I mentioned the tour that we had at the Walker, which was great. This exhibition, it's brilliant because this exhibition, although it launches tonight and it'll be up there for the duration of the Art in Crisis Festival, you've actually got a chance to see it until January. So we'll be here until January and we'll programme in different events kind of along that duration.
So what kind of things that people can expect, like if they come along or if they want to participate?
So quite often we have like Brink already does the open mic nights here, and we will have sometimes we will be part of that open mic night. We'll be having a film night here as well. Just keep an eye out on our website and kind of find out how we can get involved. For Art in Crisis more specifically, we've got artists coming up from the Royal Academy this Thursday for a day session from 10 till 4, a pure drawing session, which is open to the public. We have worked with the Royal Academy before when they've come up to like the Whitechapel and delivered sessions, and it's just gone down fantastic. So it's quite exciting the fact that we can invite members of the public along to this as well. Other exciting things is that we're very excited to be part of Hope Fest, which is like a local music festival that also tackles homelessness. So people, I know that you've already kind of like met with Anna, who kind of directs the Hope Fest. So we will be performing here at the Brink on Saturday the 19th as part of that. So folks can come along at 1 o'clock, join in with a workshop that Tony, our music tutor, will be delivering with Choir with No Name. Just get involved, and then our members will be performing as part of that as well from 3 o'clock. I will be here with some participants doing the plastic bottle flower workshops as well, so you can get a chance to make your very own plastic bottle flower.
The moon came back shining, the stars twinkled through.
So Ellie, you're part of Art in Crisis as well. Can you tell us how did you join this organisation?
I joined, I was in a hostel called Fowler's in Liverpool because I've been homeless for like 4 years. And I happened to see the poster that they put on the wall, and I thought, I think I'll try that. You know, I'd just come out of detox as well. This is like 4 months ago, and I went the next day, down to it was the dining room where the crisis members you know. And I enrolled for the first one was the Art in the City, you know, and I was like really made up. And then I didn't, you know, I applied to do the maths, and I was thinking, I wonder if I'll stick it out, but I have, and I've actually stayed sober and I've made up. You know, it's changed my life. It really has, you know.
And so what are you doing today with them? I mean, you were part of the tour at the, yeah?
Yeah, I did the tour today at the Walker Art Gallery, I was nervous and stuff, but once I got into it, it was great. It was in front of like about 25 people, and I was, you know, I felt, you know, really proud of myself that I could speak in public, you know. It's really, really helped me, you know.
What are your plans for the future? I mean,
I've actually signed up to do voluntary work, you know, with Crisis, you know, so I have actually done voluntary work. We did a treasure hunt a couple of weeks back, you know, I've got loads of stuff in the pipeline, you know, with them.
And so when you met with them at first, what was the activity that brought you to like think like, I'm gonna do that? Or
it was the Art in the City, to be honest. It was going around all the certain, you know, art galleries. I've always been interested in art because I did it in school, which is a long time ago, obviously, you know, and it just really built my confidence up tremendously, you know.
I smile when the clocks chime, when dreams come to an end.
we're gonna take a short break, but join us after. We stay at the Brink with the people behind Arts in Crisis Merseyside. Welcome back to Art Alive. This week we take a look at Art in Crisis, a charity that helps homeless people through a wide range of artistic activities.
Opened up my curtains and I closed my eyes till I stood dreaming in fatherland.
Tony, you're a music tutor for Arts in Crisis. Can you tell us maybe first, how did you happen to, participate in this organization?
I've been working for Crisis for about a year now, and before this I was working for some other community arts projects involving different groups, either youths from difficult backgrounds or people with mental health issues. And before that I was a touring musician for a long time, so I'm just kind of bringing all of my years of being a musician to now this new realm, so I'm very much enjoying it. It's really rewarding and I love doing it.
And what do you do exactly? How do you help these people?
Well, I do 6 sessions a week for Crisis, and I go to different hostels, different venues, and we have 6 2-hour sessions a week where we'll kind of I kind of improvise sort of what's the best thing to do for a group. And what we've developed into right now is after working with some people that have done a lot of music before or have never done any music before, we've got a whole bunch of original material that we've written now and that we're going to be performing this evening and at Hope Fest. So get down to Hope Fest. There's been a lot of exciting projects. Peter Hooton and Keith Muller from The Farm came down for a songwriting workshop, and the results of that we're going to be playing this evening with the guys from the Irene Kennedy Centre from Birkenhead. And there's a lot of really great original material that's coming out now into this Art in Crisis Festival, and it's all culminating and coming to the boil.
So do you have a band?
We have a few bands. The Arquettes, they're from the Wirral Arc, are going to be playing tonight. We've got some solo performances, all original material, and there's another band that we're working on, but you know, well, I'll reveal the name of that when it's done.
Okay, that's mystery.
Yeah.
And what would you say is the impact of music? How do you see that it helps people?
On so many levels. To begin with, if you perform your own music that you've written on a stage, it's a big leap of faith, and it's something that I know about, and so I know the kind of journey that it takes to get to that, and also then the rewards that come afterwards. There's a lot of soul searching, and there is a lot of observation that you do, and then afterwards there is, regardless of how it goes, there is a lot of reward because you faced a fear and confronted it. Okay, and so that counts for a lot. All the other practical skills that come along on the journey, in terms of just rehearsing, the discipline, and to get to a point of a goal, is in a similar way to kind of preparing for a job interview. In some ways, is the way that I see it. And the other benefits kind of like just keep having a knock-on effect. There's been a really positive response, and I'm really happy and really proud of how this last year has gone when we working with Crisis. So I'm looking forward to the Hope Fest performance.
People might not even know music. Are you like teaching them?
Yes.
Yes. Not sure.
No, I am. I like to kind of steer these sessions away from it being music lessons. I've done that a lot before in the past, and I want this to be a little bit sort of more than that. There's a lot of people that will say, "Oh, I'm tone deaf. Oh, I've got no musical talent." I've never come across anyone that's tone deaf or has no musical talent, right? So you engage with whatever level that people are on, and then also get them to collaborate and do something together. Whilst they're doing that project, then their skills will increase, and I will kind of like bounce about and kind of work on. If people want to really improve technically in a certain area, I'll do my best to kind of help them do that. But I think the most value comes from working together and all growing together, you know.
Very good. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Brian, you're part of Art in Crisis. Can you tell us how did you come to Art in Crisis in the first place?
What happened was a long time ago. I had a relationship breakup. Yeah, I had like a breakdown as well at the same time, and I was hospitalised. From hospital, I then went into a hospital called the Ark, and at the Ark they done a variety of different sessions. One of them was music, so I became involved in the music, more so because actually what I was going through at the time, it was actually helping me as a therapy to actually, you know, write stuff down on paper and then sing it. I believe through that process it helped me get over, you know, what I was going through, and made me a lot stronger. Crisis, they come to the Ark. They have a music teacher called Tony. He comes to the Ark every Wednesday, and people who are at the Ark can volunteer to go onto the music group, which I did volunteer to go onto the music group. I started writing songs, and from there really a couple of other people that was also at the residence of the Ark. One was Mark, he's a guitarist, and it just all seemed to fit together at that time. So we performed the band at the Ark. We played for the open ceremony, which was the MGM, and they kind of liked it. And from there, it's just progressed from there really. We've done like a couple of gigs in different places through Crisis, and I believe each venue we do, it's something to do with Crisis. That's how it becomes to be like on the band, which I'm going to be performing later on a couple of songs I've wrote.
Did you know how to play before you arrived?
I've never played an instrument before. I've always written in the past, but I've never really made nothing of it. I know they say something good comes out of something bad. You know, it was a bad time I went through, but looking back, something good has came out of it. I say that is because some songs I've actually wrote, I know and I believe and I feel in my heart a lot of people going through bad times or them sort of times will be able to relate to them songs and to that music. And I mean, as we know, I know from the past, music, it's kind of like a healing thing, you know, it gives you understanding and it makes you feel good, it's an emotion, and if you're down at the time when a good song comes on, it can actually pick you up, can't it? And then if you understand the words of the song, it can actually make you understand, you know, what it is you're actually going through and trying to get over. And I believe it just happened the way it happened. But like I said, I don't really play instruments, but like I said, it was a coincidence. At the time, I was in the Hague. There was also a couple of other residents in there. One who was Mark, who's our leading guitarist tonight, and he's got like 30 years of experience playing the guitar. There was another lad in there named Terry. He played the drums for like 20 odd years, so it seemed to fit. We had a drummer, someone who could play the guitar, someone who could write songs and, you know, be brave enough to get up and sing them over the mic. So it wasn't really planned as such. It just seemed to unfold that way. Yeah. Here I stand. Here I stand.
You can find more details of the program of the activities on the website crisis.org.uk. That's all for this week on Arts Alive. See you next time.